Got him! Got him!
Summertime, guys. It is warm and humid as hell down here in KZN at the moment. One of the greatest techniques to catch good quality fish and a good average size fish, without a doubt, in any venue that I've fished across the country, is a Zoom horny toad. A Zoom horny toad, this guy right here, it's a phenomenal bait. It's a buzzing toad, and how you fish it, basically you just wind it across the surface. These ultra vibe type flappers on the back give off a tremendous action on the water, disturbance on the water, and in some cases leave a bubble trail on the surface as well. It drives those bass absolutely insane. I received some messages from guys just to be a little bit more specific with the exact products that I'm using, so I'm just going to quickly run through that for you guys. So let's start off with the heavy metal, boys. Reel wise, 8.5 gear ratio reel. This is a Shimano JDM X-Sense, but whatever the highest gear ratio that you can get your hands on, something that you can fish 55-pound braid on it. You need a reel that's a high ratio, strong reel that can take a beating, from cast after cast after cast with heavy braid, hooking fish. On the odd occasion you'll be hooking into the hyacinth and stuff like that. So you need a robust reel. You need something that's robust. And if you ask me, why do I need a high gear ratio? I need a high gear ratio so I can keep that horny toad on the surface with ease. I don't want to have to be winding at 100 miles an hour to keep that bait on the surface. With an 8.5 ratio like this, nice big spool, just a slow wind keeps that toad on the surface, which is exactly where I want it. You want to have a reel as well that's got a strong drag. You want absolutely zero drag slip. A lot of times these fish, you'll catch them in the back, behind sort of where the hyacinth line is, or if there's some backwater behind some cover, you're going to catch it in those kind of areas. Shallow water fish, that's what you're going to be catching around vegetation, timber, whatever cover they can hold on to. You don't want any drag slip whatsoever. When that fish eats the toad, you're going to wait a second or two, set the hook. It needs to come in one direction, and that's towards you. That's what you want. So you do not want any drag slip, so a super strong drag as well. Rod wise, I'm fishing the Verto 7.6 heavy. This is an incredible horny toad rod. 7'6" long, gives me a long cast. That's exactly what you want when you're fishing a horny toad. The longer cast you can get, the more coverage you can get. If you can whip out a 30, 40, 50 meter cast, it's going to give you a lot more water to cover per cast, and that's certainly going to make a difference to your fishing. You can also target those fish that are in backwaters. So if you're fishing off a boat, the water is very shallow, and there's cover right in the back. This Verto 7.6 is going to allow you to get that toad out as far as possible. Get yourself a quality reel as well. That'll certainly assist in the process. So from the reel we go to the braid. I use a pesca braid. It's a 9-weave braid, and it's a 55-pound for this technique. 55-pound, it's a grey braid. Phenomenal braid. Used it for years. Absolute beauty. So I don't need to worry about anything else. I just slap that 55-pound pesca braid and I'm good to go. Hook wise, guys, I'm using the Pesca heavy gauge. So it's a Pesca Premium EWG heavy wire hook. So it's the 5.0 and it's a heavy gauge hook. Okay, Pesca Premium EWG heavy wire 5.0. It's got a nice wide gap on it, or a wide gape on it, which is necessary because you're fishing quite a chunky plastic. So you want to have enough gape on that hook. When you set the hook, that toad comes down and you get a good hook penetration on that bass. Before I put the plastic on, I put on one of these guys right here, which is a VARK silicone stopper, and that just helps keep my plastic in position and not sliding down during the hook set. Also giving me a better, obviously, hook penetration, get a better hookup ratio, put more fish in the boat. But there's something that you need to do when you're fishing this 5.0 heavy gauge. So what I do, guys, I take that cone stopper. I know it'll be difficult to see in the lens, but on the narrow edge I just trim a little bit off it, as much as a third off it. And the reason I do that, because of the heavy gauge 5.0, I don't want that silicone stopper to tear. So I just reduce on the smaller side so it doesn't tear, and then I use the biggest side. The top of the cone goes on first, and that's what's going to give my horny toad some extra stability on that hook so it doesn't slide down, and it's also going to get me more fish on that plastic because it's going to protect my plastic as well. So there's my stopper on as well, and now I rig on my horny toad straight through the top to the bend and out, just like that, all the way around up past that silicone keeper. If I need to reposition it on the bend of the hook, that's what I'll do. Pull the toad back down. There's a belly slot there, and this 5.0 fits perfectly into that. So I go straight through the plastic like that, and then I just sort of skin hook the hook point so I don't hook any grass, any shrub, anything like that. And that's my rig right there, ready to go. A Zoom horny toad is definitely a bait that I like to throw a lot. I would say I'll start throwing it anywhere from September all the way through to May, April, May. For me, that's been the most productive time with a horny toad. This is how I keep them. Just a normal deep tackle box. Keep them in their bags. You can see I need to restock. You can see one of my favorite colors, watermelon red, is loaded in here. But yeah, you can get a lot of packs into a tackle box like this, and they're all well looked after and ready to go. Color wise, guys, this is a watermelon red color. A lot of you will be familiar with that, and that's something that I'm going to fish in cleaner water. So your lighter, more natural watermelon red, watermelon gold, those types of colors, all the way through to green pumpkin. It's going to satisfy me nicely and give me confidence in the cleaner water. When I start getting to dirtier water, that's when I'm going black, June bug, SA special, those darker, black, red glitter, those kinds of colors. And then high percentage areas. Let me show you some high percentage areas. So what I've got, the situation we have down at Ananda at the moment is a whole lot of water hyacinths here. It makes it very tricky. So you've got an edge here, but the problem with these edges is they're just too far from the bank. So to me, that's not a high percentage area. I want to be up on a bank like this here. This is still too thick for me, but you can see there it starts to thin out. Those are the kind of areas I want to be in. I'm not sure if you can see it from here, but I can see further up the bank. I can start to see where the hyacinth gets thinner closer to the edge, because these are shallow water fish that we're targeting, guys. They're going to be a lot of times in the first meter of water, and that's where we want to be able to cast to. So I'll even cast further than the hyacinth, land on the hyacinth itself, bring the toad back, and buzz it across the surface. So here we were starting to get closer to the bank there. Good deal. There's a little bit too far, not such a good deal. So you can see very easily the difference. There's a hot spot right there. That's where I want to be putting my toad and buzzing it across the surface. And all the way down this bank over here, I can see that there's more opportunity. So that's the kind of area you want to be focusing on, guys.
Got him! Got him! There we go, boys. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. Look at that fish. Get out of that hyacinth. Come on. There's it. Come aboard. Boom! That's how we do it, boys. Check it out. Beauty. Oh, what a machine. That's how we do it, guys. Right up in that shallow water. You can see there's a pocket of sort of open water there in amongst all this hyacinth. Lay down just for good measure. That's what you get, boys. Horny toad in the face. 1.295. Stunning fish. You know, in a tournament situation, if you get a bag full of those, you'll be well placed. So, very happy about that. Boom. Those are the fish we like to catch. The ones that's got a bad attitude. Very aggressive bass. Good fun, boys. Exploded on that toad. So there's a case in point, guys. I've come up the bank. Hyacinth, little section here, little section there. And I get to this area here. Look at this water that's sitting here in the shallows behind that hyacinth line. And that's exactly where that fish was. Came out, exploded on it in the boat. Very nice fish, 1.295 kilos. I mean, who doesn't like that? What a lot of fun. And then we just get him out, we've got the right gear to get him out of the stuff and put them in the boat. I don't need to spend a lot of time in the area. I can literally what I call buzz down the bank. So there's the cast there. It's past the back end of the hyacinth. I don't need to splash it in. It's shallow water. I just bring it over the top and it's immediately on the surface. That horny toad is buzzing on the surface. So my rod tip is in the air. It's pointing upward. That gets the toad up quicker. Long cast there again. Landed behind that patch of hyacinth. Just slowly bring it through with the braid. Buzzing on the surface. There's buzzing. Not sure if you can see from that far away in the lens, but just buzzing that toad on the surface. It makes an incredible sound as well. Oh, giant! He missed it. He absolutely exploded on it, guys. Oh my gosh. Golly, I can't believe he missed it. Yes, damn it. That was another great fish. Very, very nice fish, guys. Sure, just a slow buzz on the surface. Came out there, I mean, exactly where he should be. You can check this channel ahead of us here. There's a shallow water. Boat's on 4 foot here. Nice shallow section. Just breached on it. Didn't get it in. Presence of mind not to strike, but that just comes with experience. Was hoping that he was going to come back and eat it again, but he never did. Damn it.